I know gold is not in her. She's a diamond.
So hi everyone, this is the next video, and on this subject we're going to be looking at the measuring stick. And I've been racking my brain trying to work out how I can express this in language for people to understand what I'm talking about. And again, someone asked me to explain it on one of the previous videos, and I'm trying to engage with you guys to give you what it is that you want explained, or mechanics, etc, etc. So this is my attempt at trying to get you to understand what I mean by a measuring stick. And so what we have is this very natural database. So on a video, I'll leave it in the information card at the top there, for everyday mediumship. And throughout every day we encounter episodes, you know, whether it be we'll get up in the morning and we'll go about our daily routine, and all of this is something that's very much part of our own database. We become normal to it. We put the blinkers onto it, you know. So you might be someone that gets up and you have a cup of coffee, you may eat some cereal or something like that, then you'll go into the shower and you may be going to work or going on a commute, and then you'll do what it is during the day. And through all of this process you are taking in imagery and feelings, and using all the senses in this sensory realm we find ourselves in this journey of life. And through this you have this very natural database for someone looking to develop mediumship. So if you are someone that works in an office and let's say accounts, you will be someone that will recognise numbers. You will look at numbers just very normally. Whereas if someone that doesn't work with numbers or is heavily dyslexic, it might be a bit of a challenge to work with numbers, maybe give you a feeling of anxiety when we have to look at books and that kind of stuff that encounter these numbers. And so that's the natural database of any individual, not just in mediumship but in everyday life. And so your natural database, you are trying to enlarge as much as you possibly can for the spirit world to use this like shortcut, I suppose. It's like a shortcut menu for the spirit world to use. So if you are working in accounts and a spirit communicator comes in and he was a bookkeeper or she was a bookkeeper, it's going to be very easy to access that within the mind of the individual that works in accounts, because they'll just highlight, you need to talk about this, you need to talk about that. The go-to place within the mind is very free. And this is what I mean by the measuring stick in the example of the information that's going to be there. And the measuring stick needs to be in every different area. So in this particular one, we are talking within the act of mediumship. So I am someone, and if you've watched my videos before with my story, which you'll find in the suggested videos down the bar, you will see that there is a colourful kind of background there. You know, I've been involved in certain things that would be deemed not great, but the experience and the learning through that process has been incredibly valuable within my own mediumship. And that gives me that access for the young guy that stole the car or crashed the car or was up to no good in his youth or smoking drugs or that kind of stuff. It's an immediate access because it was a point of my life that I'd had. What I have tremendous difficulty with is maybe doing a communication of elegance, of someone that loved ballroom dancing or is from the upper class within society. I have no go-to reference here that I can associate with my own life journey and bring it into my mediumship. So the communicator will do whatever they can to get this communication to work as efficiently as possible. And so when I talk of this measuring stick, it's like getting a notch on a ruler, you know, like a 30cm ruler, and you'll have 30 big indentations of each centimetre, and then within that centimetre there is 10 notches for the millimetres within that centimetre. And what you're doing in your clairvoyance is trying to give you those little notches along a rule to get this understanding, or the shortcut menu for the reference base for the communicator to use within the act of mediumship, within unfolding their story. And so experience maybe through watching film, you know, through watching or reading books, or getting out and sightseeing, or doing things that are not part of your daily routine, for you to have this reference base. And you may go sightseeing in Prague one day, and you will find in your mediumship later on, maybe 5-10 years down the line, that you're walking across the bridge in Prague, and the communicator that you're working with just happens to be from Prague, and so they will use that episode within your mind for the detail, for the clarity. So it's about bringing this measuring stick into every single one. Now you have to appreciate how big that subject is. We've got clairvoyance, and that'll have its own rule, and within that clairvoyance it may be the outdoors. Now that rule is going to be on its own, because the outdoors covers a huge area. Is it on the water? Is it on land? Is it in nature? Is it in the city? And within all of those things you'll have these little notches that you need to fill in. So it's about filling this rule up as much as you can. And then you'll go down to clairsentience, clairaudience, all the clairs, rather than list them off. Then you've got healing, then you've got trance healing, then you've got psychic surgery or spiritual healing, then you've got inspiration. You've got all of these measuring sticks that we need to fill in for the reference base. So it's about getting as much experience as you can to then use it within the act of the mediumship. And so what you'll find is this shortcut is much freer, because you've got something that they can use. If not, they'll try a different angle, and if the information's still not getting through, they'll try another angle for you to express their story in the best way the individual medium can. So that's one part of the measuring stick. Then we've got the energy. Where is my energy? Am I in the energy of my client? So am I in the psychic energy? Is my energy good today? Me personally, is my mind in the right place? Have I had a good or a bad day? So I'm checking that. So this is also checking the measuring stick here. Is my energy in the right place? Am I close enough to the communicator? Am I receiving it clear enough? Am I too much with the audience or the client? Am I too much with the spirit world and cut off from the audience? Again, this is the measuring stick that I talk about. And so this is multitasking on a whole new level, you know. So us men are not described as being able to multitask, so the women mediums should put me to shame here, really. But I am looking at my audience, I'm gauging what's going on there, I'm gauging my energy, or where my energy is with the communicator, my own energy. I'm working the clairs the best way I can. There's like 15-16 mechanics working all at one time, just for one communication, and this is what we're trying to develop. So my person that asked upon the video link asked me to explain a little bit more in detail about what the measuring stick is. I hope that this gives you some better understanding of what I'm trying to get across there. There will be more on this, it's such a vast subject, but just to fulfill my my offer of engaging with the comments upon the channel, this should give you some more insight into what I mean by measuring stick. As always, I need you to like and share and comment and consider hitting that subscribe button so you are notified the minute a new video comes online, but for that you'll have to click the notification bell also. So I look forward to the next one. Thanks for watching.